Well, Gemini is just very good at turning a basic or rough sketch into some pictures with some values or utilities, but usually you would need a tool like Photoshop, Canva, or perhaps Microsoft Paint to create the drawing, and only after that you can turn the drawing or sketch into a picture using Gemini AI. However, it is actually possible to draw directly in Gemini AI, and of course, after that, you can use the same platform to turn the drawing into an actual picture. So we are going to be utilizing a feature called image markup, and it is very useful to draw some sketches, and later of course you can use Gemini to turn or to make that picture into a sort of real photo. So let me show you how you can actually do it. Let's open Gemini, and in this case I'm using the desktop web version, but this feature is available in all platforms of Gemini, whether it is desktop, web, or perhaps the mobile app version. Now here we need a canvas, we need somewhere to draw our sketches. So for that, we need to upload a simple or empty picture. So let's open Google, and I'm gonna be using a keyword dotted white paper. You can also use a keyword like grid lines white paper or something like that, or even just an empty white paper. It's up to you, but I'll just use the dotted white paper. So let me just copy the image. You can also just download and then upload a picture directly into Gemini. So just upload or paste the picture and just wait for it. There you go. So the picture has been uploaded. You can click or tap on it. There you go. Now this is the image markup feature. You can start selecting the color that you want, and then you can start drawing the sketches or a post that you want to turn into a picture. So let's say I want to create a picture of someone maybe facing that direction, and then he's sitting like this, and then maybe like this. So let me just draw carefully. So the quality of the picture will usually depends on how good you are at turning the drawing, creating the sketch, because Gemini will actually base its capability based on how good you are or how accurate the drawing really is. Now I just want to create a picture of someone sitting like this. So let's see if Gemini can actually turn that into reality. So after that, when you're done, you can click the done button. Just wait for it. There you go. So the prompt is like this. So this is the prompt that I'm going to use, and essentially I just want to tell Gemini that, hey, this is just a sketch. I want you to turn it into a real photo, and then the sketch color is irrelevant, and also please ignore the dotted or grid background. Sometimes Gemini will actually consider the color of the character, like maybe the character is going to be wearing red outfit, even though again the color here is irrelevant. And also sometimes it is actually incorporating the background line, so that can happen. That's why I added that line where it needs to ignore the dotted or grid background. So of course you can customize the prompt. In this case, I want to tell AI that I prefer the look to be a bit more cinematic, and there you go. Now when you're done, click Tools, click Create Images, and I do recommend you use the Thinking or the Pro version, because these two options will ensure that you are using the latest and greatest model from Google, which is Gemini Nano Banana Pro. Now technically, I think you can get away with the regular files or regular Gemini Nano Banana, not the Pro version, but on my testing, sometimes it just failed at creating a picture with a somewhat complicated pose or scenes. So if you have very complex images or sketches, then I do recommend to use the Gemini Nano Banana Pro via the Thinking or a Pro version. And there you go. So this is the picture, not the same, and that can happen, by the way. So I'll just click the redo button, and hopefully I can get something that looks a lot better or a lot more accurate to my drawing. So I'll just skip a while and I'll show you the result. Alright, so this is the second iteration, and as you can see, it is now a lot more faithful to my original drawing. So yeah, even though on the first try it wasn't perfect and not even close to the original drawing, but at least on the second iteration it was able to create a somewhat faithful image based on my sketch. So that's basically how you can create and then turn your sketch into a picture directly in Gemini AI. There is no need to use a third-party tool. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. I wish you a great day ahead.